All right, you're live.
Ooh, I'm live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Pillar Talk, episode 80. I'm sitting here with everybody's favorite YouTube cannabis grower, Masshole Grower. What's up, man?
Well, what's happening, T? How's everything?
Everything's great, dude. How about you?
I'm having a great visit with you guys.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I live in Massachusetts, Western Massachusetts. We didn't lose our R's over there. We still have them. We use them. Anyway, I have been growing medicinal cannabis for family members for a good minute, is what I'll say. Long before I've been allowed to do so, reliably, is what I'll say. I've done many different methods. It's not a cut and dry thing. I like to learn. I like to experiment. But I can't just take someone's word for it. I have to find out for myself regardless. Right. So what I would tend to do is all my different resources, I would find a subject and I would find information in various places, and I would test everything I was told and find out what was really valuable information, what was kind of bunk.
Oh, you know? So with that being said, what's a Masshole like? What's your growing cycle for cannabis?
My growing cycle.
What's your secret behind growing?
Secret.
Yeah.
Well, secrets are secrets for a reason,
right? But well, basically, there are a lot of things that typical growers don't want you to know about cannabis. It is relatively simple to do once you got a grasp of what you're doing. There is a lot to absorb. There's a lot of debates in there's a lot of debates, a lot of subjects of
especially
because
it's so new.
Well, it's new. It's the freedom to speak freely about it is new.
Yeah.
Newer. Well, lots of areas have been freer with it for years. That's where I got a lot of my information from too. You know, it was starting to get a little bit easier, probably about my third or fourth year into actually growing.
So why grow weed?
Why grow weed? Okay. If for me, it's all about affordability and quality. The patients that I'm providing for can't afford quality medicine. The quality medicine is too expensive for them. Okay. So I produce it for them and they get the quality they need.
Okay.
You know, they save the money now. They don't spend the money.
Right. Yeah. So you're growing for, I like that cause. That's why. When did you start growing?
Well, I mean, I've pitched beans in the woods, different various spots that you thought was secret, you know, growing up and stuff. And sometimes you made out, sometimes you didn't. I've made seeds by accident. You know, I've gone out and had a crop that was all full of seeds and stuff. And, you know, I've had some that just weren't there. They were pilfed, you know, and then just some that just didn't work out. And then other times you had a good harvest. You know,
so you just fucked around with it your whole life, pretty much.
Kind of. Well, at that point, it was still very illegal.
Yeah.
So, like, I would just throw the beans out there and kind of check back in the fall. I wasn't going there watering, trimming, keeping bugs off them, none of that kind of stuff. So, but from time to time, you would end up with something to smoke, you know, and you were happy to have it. You know, you're always happy to have it, sure, you know. But then when the medical needs became apparent,
I don't know.
They, you know, and my family members, and the need became more and more severe.
Yeah,
they couldn't afford it. You know, I'm watching them increase their intake of the street weed because it wasn't good enough for them. They needed to smoke all the time, bigger and bigger joints, bigger and bigger. You know, they had to consume more and more just to keep up with the need. So they needed better stuff. I really didn't intend on getting into it as deep as I did. Okay. My intention was to get everybody set up and educated a little bit on how to do it so they could do it for themselves. They could do it for
Right.
themselves. I always had gainful employment and I could afford it for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I didn't really need to do it, but I did. They needed help. They said they were they wanted to learn. So I researched all the equipment. I put together all the environments, you know, and that was a lot of research in itself, especially because at the time, um,
I mean, not only about the cannabis, about everything else.
Oh,
Why is it still going?
I don't know.
Turn it on.
I bring technical difficulties everywhere I go.
Yeah.
It followed me.
Just turn the whole phone off.
Right. But I'm gonna fire up this here joint.
Yeah,
That's what I'm gonna do.
Dude,
Yeah.
as soon as we went live, the camera froze.
Yeah, it's good show.
So
Good
we
show.
should be okay now, guys.
All
As
right.
soon as we went live, the fucking camera froze. But
Jesus. Okay, and your knowledge is extensive in the cannabis. It's crazy. You're the only person I know personally that makes sugar. Like,
Yeah. Everybody seems to really like the
is that
sugar.
what you give your family? Is that mostly edibles?
No, mostly what I give my family is organically grown outdoor. Well, that's this year outdoor. Up until this past year, 2020,
Yeah.
it was tent grown indoors. But I have evolved from salt-based nutrients and potting mixes, following a schedule and all that, to creating my own soil mixes and watering when the plant's thirsty. I find that the easiest method for myself is to keep up with my activities. My I spend some time making the soil mix, and the soil mix grows my plants for me.
So your nutrients is already in the soil before
Correct.
you even plant the motherfucker.
Correct.
And all you gotta do is water that bitch.
Correct. And the plant will take up what it needs when it needs it. You do have, I mean, it's not just, I mean, it is as cut and dry as that. You can do that. You can benefit more from occasionally introducing new microbial life. Occasionally the plant species might, or a version of the plant might be hungrier than the last one you grew in that mix. So it'll start showing a little bit of a deficiency in this toward the end. And then you can add, you can top dress, you can, a lot of people are under the impression that you can't mix and match. Well, you can. However you feel about it's how you feel about it. In my book, there's no right and wrong way to do it. If you're growing buds and they're coming out and you're harvesting them, you did it right.
Okay.
That's how I'm looking at it.
So
You did it right.
do you prefer indoor or outdoor?
At this point, my indoor comes out flavor wise and potency wise slightly better than what I'm performing outdoors. Okay. Now I'm not saying that it's not possible to have outdoor just as good or potent as indoor. I believe actually outdoor can be better.
Think so?
Yeah.
That's your favorite. You just haven't found the recipe yet.
I've only done outdoors for 2 seasons.
Okay.
I've done countless.
You're starting the 3rd season right now.
This is about to be my 3rd season.
Yep.
I had acquired my first year. I had 2 gardens. My first year outside, I had 2 gardens. Everything I put in small containers as a test, just to compare how the plants would perform versus what I was used to indoors with my soil mixes. And I just went around watering them, and I didn't get hit with bugs. I didn't get hit with mold or mildew. The plants didn't really do anything differently than they did inside at all, that year. So I I did it a lot different the next year. I went all out. I acquired a 3rd garden. I went with large containers and in ground. I had set up 3 different gardens and 3 different setups completely. At one setup, it was all large containers. At the other, what I had called the experimental gardens, it was small self-watering, or what they call self-watering or wicking containers. I was experimenting with those. I wanted to see if those could grow some small plants, but I wouldn't have to water them as often as containers would usually require for a large plant in a small container. But I made the wicking material I used in some of the containers wasn't adequate, so I had to abandon that project, and I put those in the ground late in the season, and that's where I saw something. You know what I mean? Yeah, I saw something. It's all about observing. You have to be observant. Your plants will tell you everything you need to know, but you have to watch them. That's how they communicate with you. They display.
I want you to tell the fan or the people that are watching what you told me earlier about air layering, how to air layer, what it is, and then explain it.
All right. Well, in air layering, it's a propagation technique. I had learned it from watching a gentleman do bonsai propagations. And after watching him do his propagation, a successful air layering, I thought to myself, why wouldn't this work on a cannabis plant? So I tried it, and it does work. So, but what it is basically creating a rooted clone before you make the cut. You typically, the first step in a clone is you cut a limb off of the plant, and then you proceed to clone it.
You rough up the bottom, and then you fucking root and hormone it, and
then you put it in whatever you're going to do, dirt, hydrotone, or the rock wool cubes. You can put them in a bunch of different things, and then they can root out. But what you do with this is you have it form its roots while it's still on the plant. Now it's not a separate plant. Okay, but we're getting a little ahead of us. So you would do the same thing, but just not make the cut. You shave all the like the skin layer off of the outside of the area of the limb, just below one of the nodes, or include one of the nodes. I usually try to include one of the nodes in the scraping, and then you apply rooting hormone. I like the powder for this.
Sticks better.
Yep, it sticks better. You can dust it easy. But you get the rooting hormone on there, and then you find whatever type of medium you're comfortable using. I used a cocoa coir puck. You can use a clump of cocoa coir. You could use peat moss. You could use if it's a soil mix, you kind of want it to have a lot of like vermiculite or something that's going to retain some additional moisture rather than just the soil itself. But you would, at that point, you shave it, you hormone it, you wrap it with the medium, then you wrap it with a bag and check it in 2 months. And 2 months later, before you set your plants off to flower, you open it up. You should have a nice root mass there. You make your cut, and now you got a ready-to-go plant rather than going through the cloning process at that point.
So how he did it.
Yeah.
So that's what's up.
So So how he did it is when he tried it, he showed me a video. He prematurely cut the trimming off, but it still worked, and it had a fat fucking root growing off of a fucking stem. So you take the branch that's coming out, and that's where you fucking start scraping the skin on it where the node is. And so what I seen was crazy, and you use something that holds the moisture. Peat moss is actually a really, really good one to do because the roots would like to grow bigger and shit like that. Yeah.
Well,
so you cut yours down.
Air is important too. You got to make sure there's air and moisture. It can't just be a big, solid, dense.
Your bag had a hole in it.
Right. It had some holes in it. Yep. But it keeps that, because that clump of medium is so moist, the bag keeps it moist.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It keeps it moist.
But it needs air too. Air is highly overlooked in rooting. A lot of people are trying to root. They don't think about the air. They think about the water and the soil, or the water and the water. They don't think about the air. Air is a critical component in root development.
Right.
Yep.
That's it has to be well drained soil. The air gets to there too.
Yep.
That's crazy. And so how you learned it was the guy was making bonsai trees off of
willows and maples. Very easy to propagate. I believe he said with
a willow tree, you can put it in some water and it propagates.
Yeah, not even that. I believe he said you could just take a piece off the tree and stick it right in the ground and it'll do it. Like you don't even have to shave it, nothing. You just cut it off out of the tree and stick it in the ground and you got another tree.
That's the way I like things, easy plug and play.
Yep.
What we did is we took it out, put it in a pond, and then a fucking couple months later planted it, and now it's a giant tree in my dad's best friend's yard.
Right.
Up in his up north property.
Well, I guess like I said, maples too. And I have a beautiful maple that actually my grandfather planted in a house he had owned. I'm gonna swing by there one time and I'm gonna cut a little branch off of it. I'm gonna cut a little branch off it now that I know I could do something with it.
When can you? Because I know how it like barks after a while. When can you? When do you have to stop fucking being able to air layer it?
Now, with the cannabis plant,
for a tree,
with a cannabis plant is going to be different than different trees. I want to say what he was doing with the maples. You're looking to do it at a point where it's starting to turn from green growth to the woody growth, like right in that area is where you want to make your cut.
So you're talking about like
the new growth,
most 8 foot to 10 foot tall.
Well, what I'm saying is when you go to a prime air layering shave point for
is right in between that,
right? The green growth and the
so
starting
a new branch comes out,
starting to turn barky.
Okay,
yeah.
And that's a good time.
That's kind of what he was saying about that tree. It could be different from tree to tree. I'm not that educated on it.
So with the willow tree though,
on every species of tree and their rates and stuff.
Yeah, we know they're all different.
Yeah.
So on a willow tree, since you can plug and play it, could you just take a leaf, one of the strings off of it, and shove it on there and air layer it?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know about that. I think you need to do a cut and put it in the soil.
Just fucking
in the soil or in the puck or something. You got to cut it and put it right in there, and it'll do its rooting.
Okay,
it'll do its rooting. A willow, like it's easy. Like he says, like it's almost easy to do it. Yeah.
Dude, that's sweet.
Like branches will fall off the tree from storms or winds or whatever, and start growing. Yeah.
So I wonder. I'm gonna have to do. We done the willow tree, but we didn't talk about the propagate. Yeah, we did. We talked about the propagating.
Yeah. Now with a maple, I don't think it'll do that. Like I think with a maple, you have to do the shaving, and you have to wrap it and wait and all that stuff before you cut it.
With a lot of things, you can propagate it just by taking little leaves like that in the green stage.
Yeah.
In the green stage, if you go take a Japanese maple cutting,
right.
You can fucking propagate that in a minute.
Right.
And this, oh no. So what, like, where did you go to first start learning about growing cannabis? Because when you started growing cannabis, it wasn't legal. It wasn't supposed to be talked about.
No, it was, I did a lot of magazines. There was magazines, the High Times magazines and other, magazines. I had found Jorge Cervantes's book, and that is a very thorough book. It's a tough read, I think, a little bit for some people, but it's a very thorough book. You know what I mean? Like I know me, I didn't like reading it, but it's very useful. You know what I mean? And again, that book predates a lot of our current technologies that a lot of people are using with the LEDs and different things that are out there.
Earlier, you said you like LEDs more than you like HPSs. Well, you like LED. You're go-to LED guy.
I grow with LED. I have a friend that grows with HPS and metal halides. I don't really see a huge difference between our harvest weights. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, you know, granted, they're not identical. You know what he feeds? He doesn't do super soil. You know,
Right.
he does the salt-based thing. He's comfortable with it.
He's got a rinse and nutrient rinse, and then
yeah.
So so how long did you grow salt-based?
I got away from that. Probably 6 or 7 years ago. I started making my own because I was looking for super soil I could purchase, and there just wasn't any.
Black Earth.
There is now, I think, but I'm saying the Black Earth.
Said at that point in time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. But even that,
that was found forever ago, but it was just recently put on the market.
No, you know what that is? That's an amendment. Isn't that an amendment? That's a biochar?
No.
Black Earth, yeah.
Is it an amendment?
I think
if
it's straight biochar, if it's biochar, that's an amendment. Perta Verde, is that what you're talking about? Black Earth?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Black Earth. That's biochar, folks. I wasn't gonna bring that one up, but T did.
It's biochar.
Biochar is a one. That's it's kind of a dangerous thing to play with. It's a source. It's a carbon source. It's a carbon source. Okay. A lot of people say it's the secret to ginormous growth in the Amazon rainforest. How they only have their soil is really clay, and it's only so deep of
Actual soil.
Actual soil. Yeah, everything's on top. All the roots are.
And the indigenous peoples, they did a practice to create that.
Yeah.
Slash and burn. But then they charge their char. They don't just add it to soil mixes. They introduce nutrition sources to it. Things you would compost. They basically compost with the ash, and then it makes this biochar. It's activated biochar. You add that to your soil, but you have to be careful with this, folks. It's a one and done. Do not ever add more to your pot. You put it in there while you're making your pot, so it's evenly distributed throughout. You don't want to hit a hot spot of because it's it'd be like touching a welder or something electrical you get that shot.
Okay.
It's way too much all at once.
So I'm gonna go to the comments real quick. You got Ganja Doctor said cheers.
Ganja Doctor.
Masshole Tandoori says Masshole, fuck yeah, bro. Love you, Masshole. Mr. No Fly Zone says cheers.
No fly.
Harold Fuzzy Sack says Mr. Fuzzy Sack and Detroit say good day.
Good day. Good day to everybody.
Riot Powder says what's up?
Canada.
Oh, then they were saying where's the sound? Happiness Without Guilt says cheers. Yep, that
what's happening. Yep. Happy.
Now they're happy that the sound's back. Happiness says what up, Masshole?
Get ready to head home soon, bud.
Right.
Manic says Masshole, much love, brother.
Manic.
Heart smoke flames.
It was nice. It was nice meeting Manic.
Smoking with Small Town says what up? Hang on a sec. I'm almost done. Lick Us One says, yo, cheers, everyone. I'll rewatch this episode. Much love and cheers, Masshole, you champ.
Lick Us One from Sweden.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheers, chat. Hope you all in here have an awesome night. Greenie Houdini is in the house. Yeah.
What's up, Greenie? How you doing?
And then Lick Us One's saying hi to everybody else. Okay, go ahead.
Tell us about your trip.
The trip was kind of spur of the moment. I kind of drove here on a wing and a prayer, really riding on faith. It was something that I decided to do. I'm tired of letting circumstances dictate my path. I'm dictating my path from now on. I decided to come here, and I went. My truck's got a little problem with the suspension. That's where the winging a prayer and riding on faith comes in, and it got me here, and it's gonna get me home. All right, I know it is.
A positive outlook is so good, ain't it?
Yeah, I got a lot of experience out there. I've seen a lot worse than what I'm dealing with rolling down the road. Okay, so you know what I mean? I know what I'm doing. I'm going at night tonight. Last time I timed it a little off. I spent a little bit too much time deciding what vehicle to take before I left the house. You know what I mean? And I ended up doing.
I'm just glad you got here, dude.
Too much driving in the daytime. I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it all at night.
Yeah, that's why we're right before he's leaving. That's why we're talking at dusk.
Right.
Man, dude, I had a great time with you, actually.
I had a wonderful time.
I want to thank you for staying.
Well, I had to meet Josh.
I know. I was so bummed. I was like happy that you were here, but then I'm like, this motherfucker's in my house, and I'm all the way 1,600 miles away. You know, like what the fuck's going on here?
I will walk 500 miles. Yeah, dude.
Right.
Dude, he's like, I have to wait for Josh, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I love that, and I love you for that, for real.
Well, dude,
that's why I came out here. I came out here to meet some peoples that made an impression on me.
Yeah.
So how was everybody that you met, dude?
Everybody was exactly what I expected.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
It really was.
He preached it to me. Me and him, we got in a truck and we went to Larson's. We had we went to the bar for Jessica's friend's birthday.
I lived in this town. I've never been there. So you got one up on me.
Right.
In my own town.
He ordered 30 wings.
They
dude.
had fantastic wings. I was just gonna say it. They were delicious.
You hear that, Larson's?
Yeah.
You got fantastic wings.
He said, "For 50-cent wings?" And he said, "Dude, I want 30." And I'm like, "Masshole, what?" He's like, "Watch, I'll eat them." He ate 25 of them. But he said this. He looked at me. He take a bite of it. And he goes, "These are crunchy as fuck. Grab one of these." And I'm like,
that's my favorite too.
Yeah.
When they're crunchy and saucy
crunchy.
and crunchy. Yep.
They were good.
He said, "You know how he ordered his hot sauce? Middle of the road. In the middle of the road."
Yep. Give me middle of the road. Like, don't kill me, but I want something to eat. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
What do you know about infusing things?
I know a little bit about infusing. I make infused raw ingredients, basically. A lot of people like the finished products, the chocolates and gummies and all these different brownies and baked goods and things. I went a little bit different route, and I started learning how to infuse the raw ingredients, the cooking oils to cook with, to make salad dressings. The sugar, obviously, not anything you put sugar in. You can use this infused sugar. You can make sugar into simple syrup and heavy syrup. Simple syrup you could use with alcoholic beverage. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have your THC infused alcohol beverage. There's lots of uses for lots.
Have you had one yet?
No, I haven't. I'm not really a mixologist. When I used to drink hard liquor, it was straight out of the bottle. You know what I mean? Of whatever it was.
Raw dogging it with some Mountain Dew.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, some kind of chaser. Because usually it was something that'll burn you. It was something that'll burn you. So yeah.
He come up. He says, "Now T, we're going to a bar." He's like, "Masshole don't like going to the bar because I like drinking. If I start drinking, I drink a couple of them,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have."
He was warning you.
Yeah. And then he only drank 3 of them. It's not like that. And he was like, "Oh, Masshole didn't." And I was like, "Dude, we can drink some beers like here, because it was, where you going? You sleeping here tonight?"
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
He's like, No, I don't want to fucking drink here. No.
Nope.
This is a fuck motherfucker. I thought we were gonna get pissed drunk and beat each other up.
You know what it was? I didn't even really want to drink, but then when we
Piss
got
drunk,
to the bar, I
pissy.
was like, man, the Coors Light signs was looking good.
Dude, the first thing you did was order a beer.
Yep.
I'm not trying to fucking
I'm
drink.
not trying to drink tonight. Give me a beer.
Coors Light.
Give me a beer.
If I get a beer, I get a Modelo, a Special
Oh, those are good too.
with lime.
I get a Rona.
Or that, I'll go with that too. But
Dos
the Modelo, I haven't had that one yet.
Pretty good. They are.
I like
pretty
the
good.
I'm not a beer
Rona.
guy, but those are the two that I'll drink that
In my area,
people consider beer.
We have something called Berkshire Brewing Company. Okay, and they make a steel rail extra pale ale. If you ever see that, it more than likely will be on tap at some places around. Okay, but steel rail. Okay, if you ever see that, try it. Try that.
Tastes good.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so one time I seen this Gonzo beer, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is awesome. It had beautiful artwork on the side of it and everything.
Yeah.
I got it home. I was like, this is gonna be delicious.
I
I take one drink, I spit it everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like, this tastes like soy sauce. What the fuck?
Oh, no.
Soy sauce, dude.
Yeah, like all salty.
Was it soy?
Salty as fuck.
salty,
No,
yeah.
it was beer, but
yeah.
not my flavor.
Yeah.
Some people like that.
Yeah.
Yuck, nasty. I like that fruity shit.
I like the
Cherry wheat,
line and
Sam
kugel,
Adams.
No, just fruity shit.
some line and
No
kugels,
beer
summer
whatsoever.
shandy.
That shit's
Oh,
Oh, you need fruity drinks.
Yeah.
You'd have liked the
You like-
Stark. I can't remember what it was, but
I'll
that
drink
shit
a
was
Red's
good.
apple. I think a Red's apple.
You like the
fire.
the drinks with like the salad or the fruit. It's like a dish of stuff around the rim.
Oh, if
like
you guys-
slices of this.
Give me a strawberry
Yeah.
margarita, dude. I'm gonna
It's
get.
gotta have-
I'm gonna get turned.
Bad Guy Podcast said Modelo's good. What about? He says Two Hearted is the best beer in Michigan. You know about Two Hearted?
Too hard. Yeah, I know about it.
Yeah.
I've tried it and I don't like it, but it is. I see why they fucking think it. And it has 2 fucking salmons on it.
I haven't. I've heard of it, but I've never
My
tried
ex
it.
used to drink
I'm not a beer guy, so I don't
tried
go
it
out
one
looking
time,
for
and,
it. But
you know, being
Yeah.
macho, I'm like, oh,
some of the stuff's like, what is the IPAs? Taste like potpourri.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They have
yeah,
a lot of
you're.
flavor.
Mhm.
Now we have
Well, everybody's making their own beer in their house right now, and
yeah, it's true. A lot of
I'm
crazy
a-
that. Yeah. Right.
Oh, I brew. With
A
the basement.
microbrewer. I'm a microbrewer.
Yeah, I brew.
Now
I brew in the basement, dude.
we have a bar. We have a bar in our area
No, it's not that.
or in my
bad.
town, my city. It's the oldest. I want to say it's the oldest pool hall that has been in business like in the country. It's been in business so long. It's like the oldest one in the whole country, and they have a bar that has like 400 and something different beers. Like 400. They're all bottles though. They're
Every
nothing-
beer known to man.
Pretty much.
from like every country, and there's it's like the menu on the wall. It takes up the whole behind the bar, and it's
That's funny because I went to a breakfast joint.
yeah.
They were giving 1 cent Bloody Marys when you bought a meal.
Yeah.
Their whole wall was the beer menu.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
I didn't read any of them, but they were all different.
Like a Bloody
I'm telling
Mary
you,
with
like
some
you see
bacon?
some names, you'll see some names and some stuff, and you're like, what is that? You know?
You want to try it, but you know it's gonna
Yep.
be
Is the
gross.
Bloody Mary good?
It depends how it's made.
Oh yeah, I love them.
Because tomato juice is great.
I like that.
black pepper. I like a lot of black pepper and celery.
You like
gotta
bacon
have
in it?
celery. I gotta have celery.
That's your 100%.
Yeah, I definitely gotta have celery and black pepper.
Lucas one says that's a lot of beer.
There's a lot of beer.
It's a lot of
There's
beer.
400 different selections or choices, options. Yep.
I wouldn't be able to pick. It'd take me so
It'd take-
long. I love how the restaurants are nowadays. They're just giving you, okay, here's the 7 things you can choose from.
Right.
Pick one.
Pick one.
Because if I get too big of a menu, I'm sitting here for an hour. Like if I go on DoorDash trying to find a restaurant, I'll scroll through that whole thing twice before I finally pick one.
Right.
Don't give me too many options.
I just drew a blank. Oh, dude, you got a fucking ducky from Masshole.
Oh yeah,
We got 2 duckies.
we got duckies.
We got duckies.
He brought them on.
Duckies.
That's the only thing he remembered to bring.
Well, I brought.
Greenie says, "Cheers."
Cheers, Greenie.
What up, Greenie?
Is she coming or going? I thought she was already in the room.
She must have came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Whoopity.
He signed it for you and everything.
Yep. They're all.
Oh, are they?
They're all signed. I signed them.
And you got the table already?
Your kids.
Greenie says, "Cheers, sugar."
The Sugar Man. Yeah, they were calling me that at the Wire Factory last year.
Sugar?
The Sugar Man. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Hey man, you got that fucking sugar, dude.
You got that sugar?
I need some sugar.
Dude.
Yeah, I need some.
I've been snorting that shit for 6 months, dude. Where is it? Dude,
Mind you all, I only give away stuff like that, butter and sugar. I've never charged anybody anything ever in my life.
Just hand it out. Yeah.
I just give it away.
Friendly.
I just give it away.
It's your friendly neighborhood Masshole.
Nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
You're the nicest guy ever.
He says, well, there are times.
He started napping in my chair, bro. I was like, you can sleep there, dude. Just sleep there. And then Jessica comes over, covers him up.
Yeah.
She covered him up, and he you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at man for sleeping.
That's great.
Yeah.
Dude, it was cool because you know how he goes to sleep when he's live?
Yeah.
He has the phone in his ear.
You had it live there in
music.
person.
I was right here playing the game with Zay. I was trying to stream, but our internet just wouldn't hold it.
It's being silly.
Yeah. And then fucking I look over and he's listening to fucking, because Zay's singing the song. There's some Alice in Chains song, you know. Zay's singing the song. He's like, what's going on? I said, I'm getting a live video. I'm front row at fucking Masshole Growers channel right now. He's only got 1 viewer, but it's me. It's real creepy.
I was telling him how a couple of times when I dozed off, I'd open my eyes and look over, and the little view counter would go from like 20 down to like nothing real fast. I'd be like down to none. I'm like, what?
Yeah. When he did that 12-day one?
Yep.
As soon as you wake up and go to 0, what the fuck?
Yep. I wake up and I'd see them. Like,
oh, he's up. Dude. Fuck that.
Yeah. I'm like wiping all the crust out of my eyes, and now there's nobody there. I'm like, oh, great. So
let's talk about that. Masshole going fucking like, it's not official, but we all know. Anybody that knows that.
I watched it.
I watched it. Yeah. This man broke the live record.
I definitely did.
Yeah. For what? How long was it?
It was like 12 days or something like that.
It was 12 days and 3 hours. So it's like 267 hours. And then it was close to the next hour. It was like 49 or 50 minutes into the next hour.
Okay.
12 hours. They're 12 days and 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost 4, but yeah.
Dude, I liked the video. And like I kept watching the video and I liked it every fucking day. And it would just, every time I liked it, it would unlike because I already had it liked from 6 days ago.
Yeah, you can only do it once.
I was so every time I try to click it, I'd take my like off. Like, come on.
But dude. You know what? I had a lot of views.
Views. You had a ton of them.
I had a ton of views on that. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was like, Masshole's going crazy. When you said I'm doing it, Masshole's crazy. And then when you did it, I was
T-Rup's like, no way he does it. Right? No way. And I'm like, we'll see. Yep. And then
I don't know. He's been up for fucking 6 days right now. You were like at 9, and I was like,
once you got to 3, I go, there's no doubt in my mind.
He's doing it.
Yep.
I had time. Whatever. I don't even really think I gave it my best effort, to be honest with you. So if I ever decide to do something like that again, I'm gonna kick the shit out of myself. I'm gonna break.
You broke a world record.
I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break my old record by a lot when I really want to try to. You know what I mean? If I ever have that kind of time again, I'm hoping to kind of never have that kind of time again. You know.
Yeah, you are. You don't want to have that time again.
I don't really want to have that kind of time on my hands anymore. Is what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather have better things to do than
I feel that.
You know
I
what
feel
mean?
that.
What if you're
Yeah.
doing those better things while you're streaming live?
Well, then, well, who knows? That who
That's a
knows?
different story, huh? Yeah.
Just get a whole bunch of portable batteries. Just keep your phone
That's
plugged
what
in.
happened. That's why it stopped, though, is because I did doze off, and for some reason I had a signal interruption that timed out the how long you could be away from the screen,
Mhm.
from the screen, the links or whatever, the
Oh,
program that runs it.
it's the only reason you still be live right now.
Oh, not
Day fucking
yeah.
78, and I'm
Yeah.
here at Brain
Well,
Jerk Studios.
maybe because by then it would have been another couple weeks before work would have tried to call me back.
Right.
Yeah. And then I would have been like, oh no, I'm doing something.
I'm
I'm breaking the
busy.
world's record by a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tripled the world record.
Yeah.
Dude. That's crazy, bro. Let's see.
Happiness without guilt throws up mushrooms, upside down, smiley face, fire, smoke.
Fire, smoke, upside down, smiley
Sounds
face.
like a good idea too, because I've been hearing a lot of good things about those microdose cycles.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
I can say that a lot of good things about it.
I can say a lot of good things about it too. And
None of them scientific, but my body likes it. My mind and
I
does.
felt it personally, and it's cricket in the Flokies.
We're talking to me.
I know. I personally read up a lot about it, and they're legalizing it in Colorado for medical use, and a lot of psychiatrists back it up, and a lot of like neurologists, a lot of them for PTSD, for everything. So
I used to just take them to see colors and squiggly peripheral vision and all that kind of stuff, and
see the walls move, and
feel all
shit.
giggly, and
Yeah,
that's how it was when I used to take them.
you take them controlled though; it's different.
Yeah.
Something
You're not
you do.
doing it to have that kind of effect. You're doing it for the medicinal purpose.
Yeah.
You actually taking it for what is. Well, no, I mean there is no real purpose for those taking it.
Well, they're saying that humans were just apes that ate some mushrooms.
You think so?
Some people have said.
Some people have said that. I don't know what to think about that.
He said,
He's like, they say.
Who said?
Yeah, some people.
T-Rup said,
Yeah.
I will say,
a chimp was like,
and over time,
And now
I want to fuck that bitch.
that was
They
that was
already
the first
thought that.
epiphany moment.
Yeah, he was like, he was sitting there. He's like, why the fuck am I living in these trees when I can just cut them down and make a fucking fort? And then he was like, fort. And then one day he accidentally fucking made fire. And
bad
he was
guy
like,
says the stoned ape theory.
the stoned ape theory.
The stoned ape.
Yep.
Yep.
Not stoned, enlightened. Okay.
Enlightened ape theory.
The ape was like, why am I even fucking swinging on trees, bro?
Right.
We fall all the time. There's no I could just walk on the ground and you ain't gonna fall. That's what happened. He was tripping like, I don't know why you guys are up there, bro. You guys are stupid. There's mushrooms down here.
Right. Fell down. I was like,
Well,
I
it's
ain't
probably
even going back up there.
48
Got
generations
mushrooms down
later,
there.
bro.
I ain't going
What up,
back
T-Rup?
there.
started making tools.
Yep.
Well, now the chimpanzees are starting to make tools.
Yeah. Well, they have for a long time. I mean, I remember as
You
a
know
little
what they're
kid-
doing?
I remember as a little kid seeing it in the documentaries, them eating ants out of animals.
Well, now they're
So,
making tools. Like they're going through like a
using
Stone
tools,
Age
I know what I'm
fucking
saying. Fabricating tools.
Yeah.
You know what they did? I've been smuggling the mushrooms on the low.
Oh, okay. All of them?
Oh, individuals.
Just dropping them. Where do they live? Where do chimpanzees live?
Africa.
Do they?
Africa.
Okay.
Swear to God.
I've
been there.
So
I don't even
yeah,
have a passport, dude.
I know.
I'm totally lying. Such a, damn it. So
Where's
Masshole.
that question book? I'd like to hear some of those questions answered by Masshole.
That's what I said. Yep. There's fucking 4 fucking things.
It's my fault. I've had him smoking nonstop for.
I know it.
Dude, it's not even fair, bro. Can you read them, dude?
I'll read them.
Josh got some questions for you.
Okay.
Any of the viewers got any questions for him?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions for Masshole, ask him, and I'll ask him for you. Because he can't see the screen at all, you know?
Yeah. Dude. Let me talk about my couple days with Masshole.
Yeah, tell us that while I
All
look
right.
for these
This
questions.
dude showed up and he said, D. And I gave him the box from Kayla. He was so super excited. I had to take a shower. I come out and there's a couple joints rolled. And his D fires up a fucking pre-rolled, and I haven't put down a joint since God knows when.
Pretty much since
And
then. Yep.
I'm not okay. 2 morning shows in a row. I was too fucked up. I was entirely, I can't wait to take a break.
We even did some dabbing.
So let's see. If you could win a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be? Jess Dabbin is saying cheers also.
What's happening, Jess?
Good evening, Jess.
Sup, girl?
So if you could win a lifetime supply of anything, Masshole, what would it be?
Like anything in the world?
Anything.
Your choice.
Oh.
Like you had a genie.
If I had a genie.
Only one wish,
and
though.
One wish
something that
forever.
I would never run out of again.
Yep.
Okay. That's a tough one. I would say probably ready to smoke buds.
Boom.
Ready to smoke buds. Yeah, like ready to smoke. Don't have to grow nothing, trim nothing, anything.
It's just here.
Just ready to go.
Just a joint.
Just ready to go.
Right when you think about it.
And that's a question. Ready to go that way, huh? Okay.
Yep.
Or do you? Because I enjoy actually breaking it up sometimes.
I guess.
Depending on which kind it is,
You can choose it.
I just want to
just the
go
ready to
whenever
go
you
buds,
need it.
and then
You
can
just
do
you
what want with
manifest it.
Break it up and roll it. Pack it in a bowl.
Okay.
Whatever. Just ready to go buds.
I get it.
Yep.
I get it.
Yep.
I was gonna ask you what world record you would have liked to set, but
You already did.
yep.
Cool.
It really wasn't. I didn't start off to do it. Just people started talking about it, and then I was like, you know what? I ain't doing anything else. I was like, well, and then after it got like halfway done, I'm like, well, maybe I could.
Yeah.
You know,
You
just
did.
gotta,
You smashed it, bro.
What's something that you think is fun but your friends don't?
Riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
your friend, and I think it's cool too.
All of my friends growing up, like I'm talking about all my friends that I some of them used to ride dirt bikes a little bit, but when they tried playing with traffic, they didn't care for it. And ultimately in the area I live in, I now agree with them. I don't really ride anymore. I haven't really ridden my bike in a few years. I do intend on changing that this year. But I'm still not going to ride as much as I used to because of where I currently live. That's why that has to change. It's one of the reasons why that has to change. There's many reasons for all the decisions that I have to make that are going to be tough. I got some big decisions. I have to make a lot of changes for my own mental health.
Yeah.
And nobody can do it for me.
And that's the most important.
Yep.
Nobody can do it but you.
Nobody can do it but me. Right. But I'm doing them. I'm doing them all.
Yep.
Started with this trip. Well, not really. That's a big one. That was a big one because now I had to call in sick a couple times. My plants are kind of in jeopardy. You know what I mean? I'm not really scared about them, but I could lose some of my plants that were going to go outside this year, by taking this trip. But it was my choice.
Fuck it.
Seems like it's been good for your soul too.
It has been.
So
It's been good.
that's what's
It's
important.
been real good for me.
I've been hearing that Masshole laugh
Yeah.
all fucking day, dude.
Yeah.
Live, not even in the wild. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I'd be going outside or something like that, and the motherfucker just be in here laughing. Hell yeah, bro. I'm cool with that. Totally cool with that. I had a lot of fun.
So, I want to know, what was your first thought when you saw him?
When I saw T,
Yeah.
I was like, he's wearing the moo-moo.
You were wearing the
He
moo-moo?
was wearing
You
the
first-
moo-moo.
Oh yeah.
Yep. He come out. He's wearing the moo-moo.
Shut up.
Yep.
Wearing the moo.
Yep.
That is perfect.
Yep.
Came over in the morning.
Who? Nolan wants to know who would win in a fight, a grizzly bear or a gorilla? On Instagram.
I've been asked that 1,000.
Well, answer it. Shouldn't be thinking that hard if you've already answered that.
It's hard to
I'm
say.
going with Grizzly.
That's hard to say.
Because the Grizzly got the knockout blow.
What's up, Hook?
Hook.
You going with grizzly?
But a gorilla's a fucking
I'm gonna go with a
monster.
gorilla.
Right?
But a
That's what I-
gorilla's
that's
a
what I was
monster.
going with.
Gorilla's
Yeah.
smart as fuck.
That's a beast.
You
That's a
pound that
beast.
fucking
Yep.
dumbass bear.
I mean, a bear's nowhere near
A
smart
bear
as a
got the
gorilla.
knockout blow though. All it's got to do is hit
So
that
does a
motherfucker
gorilla.
one
I
time.
think the gorilla might have more agility.
What kind of bear?
Agility.
This
and
gorilla's gonna
strength.
bull rush this bear.
What kind of bear?
Boom! A grizzly bear.
Grizzly,
A grizzly bear.
Kodiak, or grizzly.
Stands
Brown
11
bear
foot
anyway,
tall.
big
It's 11
razors.
foot?
Yeah, big.
Stands
A
razors.
gorilla is
11
what?
foot tall.
7? 6?
Dude, it stands when it's like
Yeah, but it can stand up and fuck.
if it stands up, it's probably 5 foot.
No way.
Five.
We're gonna look this up.
Look
right
this
now.
up.
I'm looking it up.
It's not as big as you think.
What, a grizzly?
A grizzly's like 11 foot.
Oh, they are. No,
Yeah.
you know, you what you talk about? A silverback ape or
Silverback
gorilla, or
silverback gorilla.
silverback ape. No, I want to say they're not as tall.
They're like 4
4 or
foot.
5 feet tall at the
Yep.
most. Yeah,
Okay, so this is
Silverback.
in centimeters. It won't give me.
about 30. Per
So it
foot.
says 1.25 to 1.28 meters.
meters.
So that's about
1.2.
So
4
1
feet,
eight-
almost
yeah,
4
4
feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lower. Yep.
Told you.
Okay.
And standing up, it wouldn't be that much taller. So think about that.
Yeah, but they're the arm
Span is
and-
2.6.
So they got a 6.5 foot arm span, 7 foot arm span.
and they're girthy, like, you know, and
Charge.
pound for pound, 7 times more strength, I think, at least, than a human.
That's an 11-foot grizzly bear, dude.
Hey,
That thing could
Hey.
take your fucking hips off of your body. dude.
Bad guy on Instagram, Bad Guy Podcast says, I'm smarter than the Diaz brothers, but they would still whoop my ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a tough thing to call right there, because they're two totally different animals.
Yeah.
You know,
The grizzlies,
So, it's got the razor blades.
the grizzlies raw
It's like
power,
Freddy
though.
Krueger too.
Just massive.
It's like Freddy Krueger.
Triple the size of this
Right.
fucking
Hook says a gorilla would rip its arms off.
That's what I'm thinking. Because a gorilla could grab
4
it
foot
with
to
its
11
thumb.
foot. I'm
Yeah, but
picking
if
the
a
grizzly
gorilla
bear.
could hold the paws off, you know,
If the gorilla bum rushes and fucking spears
a
it
gorilla,
in the wild, that fucking bear stands up, that gorilla ain't touching it.
could
Doesn't
use
matter.
its
What up,
feet.
Riot?
A gorilla could use its feet like hands and choke
Yeah.
that bitch out while it's holding its other.
This
feet.
gorilla knows jujitsu.
Yes, this gorilla knows jujitsu and Muay Thai, flying Muay Thai. You know, he can grab this tree, fucking swing up over here, kick the fucking bear in his face, and rip his jaw apart.
I don't
Well,
know.
if he's a good fighter, then the bear has to be a decent.
Well,
I think they just kind of club each
He
other.
doesn't.
though.
Yeah, he doesn't have agility. He just says, "Oh," you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
the,
That's the scary part.
the gorilla actually,
If he
I think,
connects, the gorilla's done.
well, he could rip.
he's hurt.
He could rip
for
one.
sure.
If he gets him in the belly. If he rips him across.
Yeah,
the
if he
belly,
gets him right, if he gets him
Rips him
good.
across the chest, his lungs are showing.
Yeah, but he's
I don't know. That's what the ribs are all about, bro. Protecting all that.
Right.
Get them under there. They're gonna lose all their
Their throat.
guts. They're gonna lose all their guts.
Face.
They're gonna lose all their guts. Everything will just
Oh,
fall out.
I say grizzly.
it's not a
10
bad.
times-
Neither one of them's a bad choice.
Yeah.
But the more I think about it, the more I lean towards gorilla.
I think I don't know. It's a tough one to call, but
What is the scenery? If it's in just a fucking bowl with no weapons or
like
like
a white room.
Yeah, if it's just some white room, then maybe the bear gets it. Okay, I'll give it. Like lock them in a cage together and
an octagon.
Yeah.
Well,
you give it a bunch of places that
put us in a forest. The gorilla wins.
The gorilla, stuff it could climb. And
100% the gorilla wins.
Climb and swing from. Yep.
Bear will retreat. Hook says.
No, I think it's the other way around. It depends on whose babies are getting fucked with, or
no. Now we're bringing babies into the equation.
Yeah. Hey, each one has a baby of the other one,
right?
And is about to get them.
What are the top 3 things on your bucket list right now?
I don't really have a bucket list.
Well, okay, so if you could do 3 things before you die, what's 3 of them?
I always wanted to walk the Appalachian Trail from start to finish.
Mm-hmm. That's a cool one.
That's close to you.
I wanted to do that. I actually, it does, parts of it do run near right near where I live. Yes. Let's see what another thing would be. The things that I want to do, I would in an ideal scenario is what you're saying. Like, okay, I wanted to take pictures on the pyramids.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
yep.
And
I enjoy that.
And I wanted to travel in a hot air balloon.
Oh, I'm scared of that.
I am too. I'm scared of heights. But of all the it's the least mechanical of every kind of form of flight. So like I understand the science behind it. The hot air is lighter, and that's what's picking me up. I understand. I feel safer about that theory than engine failure. Or,
I got you.
Okay. But being at the mercy of the winds, kind of stuff.
It picks up, you're done.
Yeah, like so maybe a blimp. maybe a blimp.
Well, I've seen the blimps blow up.
Still fucked that up too.
Yeah, but they have the little motor.
They have the little propellers
on the back. Yeah, blimps. yeah,
and it's gonna go. You ever watch fucking the Avengers, bro?
Yeah.
The fucking blimp thing, they fucked it up.
So I guess those are 3 things.
What do you think the biggest problem in the world today is?
People.
People. And how do we fix that problem?
I don't know that we can. I really don't know that we can.
In a perfect world, what would you say would be one thing that would help move in that direction?
If everybody could think about other people first instead of themselves. If everybody could do that, I think we'd be in a whole different place.
Yep, I agree.
Yep,
100%.
That's a good one.
I agree.
That's a real good one.
What's the weirdest fact you know? Yeah.
Bar trivia.
Because this guy knows a little bit of everything. It seems like
give me some bar trivia.
I have recall problems a lot too, though. But like when something's brought up, I can remember a lot of my trivial knowledge.
Yeah.
But it's like to pull it up out of nowhere is hard for me a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull one.
I feel you.
Trivia, random.
Just random knowledge.
Yeah. Well, here the most random thing I learned was on this trip. Okay, and it's that marbles and rocks, when you're in the desert, if you put them in your mouth, you won't get dry mouth.
Right. We did talk about that earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, you were.
And you knew about that already.
Know about that. I heard about that before. Yeah, putting a stone.
Yep. So that's what I did this whole trip. Yeah. That's funny.
Because it was hot, man. It was hot.
What's
entirely too high.
You're tired?
Entirely too high.
I'm tired.
Entirely too high.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
hanging out Masshole.
Do you have a story that you've never told that you would like to tell, that you've always wanted to tell, or something like that? He says no.
Probably not.
Not at all.
Not really. Not really.
These are the questions he's not good at, you said.
Yeah.
Or he said.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. You said it, Josh.
Yeah. So, here's one for you. What is something that you didn't know about yourself until someone else told you?
Something that I didn't know about myself until somebody told me.
Like something you were good at, or something.
Well,
You're good at growing weed, but you already know that.
I guess I'm having a hard time with this one because I don't really receive compliment that well.
Okay.
Like a lot of times I feel undeserving, even if I do deserve the compliment. It's just I don't know. I have some glitches like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I recently learned that's called imposter syndrome.
What?
When you don't feel that you're good enough for your praise.
Yeah, I don't know what the terminology is.
What's imposter syndrome?
I just told you.
Yeah. But
Still
yeah,
Bad Guy Podcast says weird trivia. Prohibition started January 17th, 1920. Al Capone's 21st birthday.
21st birthday.
Yep.
It was getting lit.
Oh.
For real.
420 is Adolf Hitler's birthday.
Yep. And 420 is also the when Columbine happened.
Columbine. I think that's why it was that date that they did that. I think
probably.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Random trivia. That was random trivia.
Bar trivia?
It was a recall, triggered recall.
Random.
One time.
Yeah.
You're good.
We're at 113.
Oh, do one more question,
Sure.
and then
Well,
we're gonna
let's
plug him.
See if
we plug him in.
And then you one more question.
Yeah. Every
Dude.
time. Silly
Brain
fucker.
injury, dickhead.
So what's your channel, your YouTube and your Instagram?
My YouTube, Instagram, everywhere I am is Masshole Grower on everything. I set up a bunch of things. I can't really keep up with them all because I am newer to all of online activity. So basically, I got things set up everywhere as Masshole Grower.
Yep.
Twitter, Twitch. I did do a Facebook, but I'll probably never use that. It's a business. It's a business Facebook page, I think it was. To pretty much everywhere you could think of, I'm probably there as Masshole Grower.
Masshole Grower.
Yep.
You've seen it all night, this whole hour.
If it ain't wearing a mask, it ain't this masshole.
Yeah. All right, so you got one more thing to say to the world, okay? What would it be?
Oh,
say it into the mic.
Let's smoke a joint.
Whoop, whoop. Let's smoke a joint.
That's a good one. That's it for episode 80.
Yep.
Of
80.
the fucking Pillar Talk podcast, man. I love you guys so much, dude. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for driving all the way up here
Thank you
just
guys
to
for having
see me,
me.
bro.
You guys have
We
been
love
great
you,
to
bro.
me. You guys have been great to me.
That's
Really.
awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what the future holds, man.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
Brought to you by Brain Jerk.